That is the last topic in Module 5, Singular Value Decomposition, SVD. Singular Value Decomposition, popularly known as SVD, is a data reduction scheme. Whenever we have high dimensional data and we want to reduce it to analyze it, high dimensional data can be of megapixel images or video with high resolution. We can apply HVD to extract the key features from the big data set and try to analyze it and understand and describe the data. Before we look into the mathematical aspects of SVD, we can get a better insight into this SVD algorithm by going through this video. Please go through this video on YouTube before we proceed with the mathematical approach to understand SVD algorithm. Singular value decomposition is a method of decomposing a given matrix, maybe a rectangular matrix, into three other matrices. Let A be the given rectangular matrix having the dimension m cross n. It is split into three other matrices, U, sigma, V transpose, or U, D, V transpose, where U is a m cross n orthogonal matrix which helps in rotating the given vector. Let's call as left singular vectors U1, U2. Sigma or D is a n cross n diagonal matrix, helps in stretching the given vector, and matrix with singular values as the diagonal element, sigma 1, 0, 0, sigma 2. V transpose is a n cross n orthogonal matrix. It is once again a rotational matrix, rotates the triangular vector V1 transpose V2 transpose. Here I have illustrated for 2 cross 2. This can be extended for higher dimension. Let us look into the procedure involved in computing a singular value decomposition. Let us consider A transpose A. A transpose A is given by U sigma V transpose U sigma V transpose. When we simplify this, we get this as V sigma transpose U transpose U sigma V transpose. And U transpose U is the identity matrix. So therefore, you get this as V sigma transpose sigma V transpose. So we can say that the eigenvectors of A transpose A comprises the matrix V, that is defined as V1, V2 up to Vn in the n-dimensional space. Once we know that V1, V2 up to Vn eigenvectors, we can construct the orthogonal matrix, which is going to be a n cross n matrix defined as V is equal to V1, V2 up to Vn. We can find the eigenvalues of these A transpose A, and those eigenvalues can be made use to calculate the singular values, and that is defined as sigma j is equal to root of lambda j. So we can construct the matrix sigma is equal to, with all singular values in the diagonal as a diagonal element, remaining values will be 0. So once we know this sigma matrix, we can compute U matrix. U is computed by 1 divided by sigma j into A into Vj. Once we know these basis vectors, which are called as left singular vectors, we can form the matrix U is equal to U1 up to Um in the m dimensional space. So we know V, U and sigma. So we can obtain A is equal to U sigma V transpose. This diagram shows the splitting of matrix A into three matrices U sigma T transpose. U is a left singular vector matrix comprising the vectors U1 to Um in the m dimensional space. It is orthogonal in nature and it is a rotational matrix. Sigma is a matrix with diagonal elements as singular values sigma 1 to sigma r, and it is a n cross n matrix, which is also known by the name D, and it is a stretching matrices, and here it helps in stretching the given uh, data either vertically or horizontally, depends on the value of sigma I. V transpose is a right singular vector matrix comprising vectors V1 to Vn in the n dimensional space. Once again, it is a rotating matrix and it is orthogonal in nature. Let us try to understand the singular value decomposition algorithm with the help of an example. Let us consider the matrix A is equal to 2 minus 1, 2, 2. Let us try to get A transpose A. We get this as A, 2, 2, 5 as the element. We want to obtain the eigenvalues of A transpose A, that is given by determinant of 8 minus lambda 2 to 5 minus lambda, that is a characteristic polynomial being equated to 0. When we simplify this, we get lambda 1 equal to 9, lambda 2 is equal to 4. Once we know these values, we can find out the eigenvectors corresponding to these eigenvalues. For lambda 1 equal to 9, we get the eigenvector V1 is equal to 2, 1. So when we normalize it, we get unit vector V1 is equal to V1 divided by length of V1, that gives you 2 divided by root 5, 1 divided by root 5. Lambda is equal to 4. Let us find the eigenvector corresponding to this lambda equal to 4. We get the eigenvector V2 as minus 1, 2. When we convert it into unit vector by dividing by its length, we get this as minus 1 by root 5, 2 divided by root 5. So once we know these eigenvectors, we can form the matrix, that is V, which is called as right singular value matrix and singular vector matrix. It is 2 by root 5 minus 1 by root 5, 1 divided by root 5, 2 divided by root 5. This is V1 and this is V2. Let us take the transpose of this. We get this as 2 by root 5, 1 by root 5, minus 1 by root 5, 2 by root 5. Next step is to form the sigma matrix. We know the eigenvalues as 9 and 4. By taking their roots, we can calculate the singular value sigma 1 and sigma 2. We get sigma 1 as 3, sigma 2 as 4. So using these singular values, we can form the matrix sigma matrix, that is 3, 0, 0, 2. Step number 5 is to compute AV1 and AV2 and AV1 and AV2 must be orthogonal to each other. So AV1, A matrix is given by 2 minus 1 to 2 and V1 is 2 root 5, 1 by root 5. We get that as 3 divided by root 5, 6 divided by root 5. AV2 is 2 minus 1 to 2. We get this as minus 1 by root 5, 2 divided by root 5. That gives us minus 4 by root 5, 2 root 5. And these AV1 and AV2 must be orthogonal to each other. We check for its orthogonality, that is 3 by root 5, 6 by root 5 dot minus 4 by root 5, 2 divided by root 5. So it is 3 by root 5 minus 4 by root 5. So you get this as minus 12 divided by 5, and this is plus 12 divided by 5, that is equal to 0, which means AV1 and AV2 are orthogonal to each other. Next step is to normalize AV1 and AV2 and form U1 and U2. And this can be done using the formula U1 is equal to AV1 by sigma 1, and sigma 1 we have got it as 3. So 1 by 3 AV1, that we get it as 1 by root 5, 2 divided by root 5. Similarly, we can compute U2, that is equal to AV2 by sigma 2. 1 by 2 multiplied by AV2, we get this as minus 2 by root 5, 1 divided by root 5. Once we know U1 and U2, we can form the left singular vector matrix, that is 1 by root 5, 2 by root 5, this is U1, minus 2 by root 5, 1 by root 5, this is U2. So final step is to obtain A using the formula U d V transpose or U sigma V transpose. A equal to U sigma V transpose is given by, this is U matrix, this is sigma matrix, this is V transpose matrix. When we multiply, we get this as 2 minus 1, 2, 2, that is matrix A. Let us see some of the applications of HVD. It helps in reducing the dimensionality of the data, which is very often used in big data analytics field, so that reduced data we can understand the key features and describe the data. Powerful tool in case of machine learning and modern data analysis. Used in image compression. It is also used in empirical orthogonal function analysis, which is used in pattern extraction. For better understanding, please go through this video. You will have a better idea about application of HVD. Thank you. In the next video, we'll try to solve some problems under HVD.